pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Miami Heat as they go up against the Detroit Pistons out at the Palace of Auburn Hills. This Detroit group has been getting things done. They continue to pile up the wins, only one loss in weeks. They expect to win every time they take the court. Fellas, it seems like so much goes into being successful at the professional level. I want to ask a more general question. What was the key to your success as a player and as a champion?
You know what? Most people would say you would start at the top, but I'll start where it began. Wilmot Benjamin, Tom Donahue, coaches who've helped me at my AAU, early stages out, then going to the late, great Jack Curran in high school. Those were the ones. And honestly, there's no bigger than family. My brother Vince and my dad were the ones who really got me there.
Well, you got to have great teammates. You know, I'm the first one to say, yeah, I have 4 championships, but one of my favorite teammates, Big Shot Bob, he saved me so many times. Another one of my favorite teammates, B. Shaw, he saved me. Rick Fox, he saved me. So you got to have great teammates, great organizations. You know, they allow you to focus on what you do and what you do best, as long as family and friends and all that. And Ernie, I remember when you interviewed me when I was 18 years old.
I remember that. Now, I had just started at Turner, went to San Antonio and did a feature on Big Shaq.
Wow, that's incredible.
It was.
Yeah.
I haven't changed at all, have I?
No, you still look beautiful.
I had more hair.
Good genes or good docs?
He's got good doctors.
Let's get to Kevin Harlan. Kev.
From suburban Detroit, we proudly bring you the Pistons at the Palace of Auburn Hills. And for the Heat right now, they're focused on getting off to a good start on this road trip. They're free-falling right now, piling up loss after loss. We'll see if they can bounce back.
You know, sometimes during the season, Kevin, as long as it is, teams just go through a blasé period, and that's basically what's happening here. We can't put our fingers on any one or two things. They're just not getting it done.
Yeah, but what it looks like to me, guys, is they are just exhausted. I don't see any of the energy we saw for them in the past, and it's just not a team that appears to enjoy playing the game right now.
And it's the Pistons to start out. So here's Miami's starting group. They've got Blunt, and it's Murphy in at the 1 spot. Here's Hines to the inside. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Always nice to get the first lead of the game.
Yeah, I agree with you there because it, to me, is just much more comforting to play from the front than to be battling from behind.
And so here is Miami. House kicks to Murphy. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tries from 16. Now Henry. Hines. He's guarded by Murphy. And he gets it to go.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
They set the pick. Good ball movement here by Miami. Down low. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Yeah, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
Let's send it over to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Mike Budenholzer. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, and he said their preparation for this game was all about defense. Going up against one of the premier offensive teams in the NBA, he said, listen, it's a challenge that we need to embrace. Nobody can do it by themselves. It's got to be a collective effort. Guys, we'll see if they can put the brakes on this high-scoring team. It's never easy.
Okay, Doris, appreciate the report. And coach is playing here tonight. A good one, guys.
And I agree with him. I think he's determined not to let the opposing offense dictate tempo. And I think that is a good game plan.
That's the only plan, really, Greg. And Kevin, I mean, they cannot allow that offense to run wild. This game has to be played on their terms.
And Detroit has possession. They lead by 4. The feed to Henry. Out left to the wing. Here's Filimon. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
5 of 5 to start the game, and it might be the second quarter before they miss the way they're knocking these shots down. Boy, everything's pure.
Last outing for Miami, it was a loss to the Raptors.
And I don't care how much you grind it out defensively. When you shoot it that poorly, you're going to struggle to win games.
Well, it's not only going to be a struggle, it's going to be virtually impossible if you shoot as poorly as they did.
Over to the left wing. The dish now to Samuels. A floater, and it's good on the layup.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
Detroit leading by 4. Here's Filimon. He's now 2 for 3 with that miss. The Heat have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Passes it to Blunt. Off the screen. Nice jump shot. Good.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
So it's the Pistons now, fresh from a win against Portland.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put the mute button on them that time. I mean, in front of a hostile crowd, they never let the fans get going. They silenced them over and over again with big, timely shots.
Henry misses.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And there's the pass to House. Here's Blunt. No good. That would have tied it.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
Andrew. Detroit. No good that time either.
The fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
It's deflected. Carter left side. Pass to Hines. Here's Henry. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Miami trailing. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Pistons?
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
The first free throw is good. And it's tied up with that one.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Outside, White. Clock at 6. Passes to Andrew. And it's in off the backboard. From long range, we've got a set of point guards here that have been extremely hot. Those are their three-point percentages for the last 10 games. For Miami, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. There's the pick. Here's Cherry. White covering. Inside. 13 feet away. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. Hines the pass to White. Shot clock at 6. Got a piece of it, but he recovers it. Douglas for 3. Can't get it to go. Excellent D there from Goodrich. The Heat shooting just about an even 40% to start. Pass to House. Intercepted. White left side. Out of bounds. Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession.
Looking now at the numbers for Carter. How last month turned out for him? First in scoring. First in rebounding. And with his incredible court vision, he's first in the league in assists per game.
And I tell you what, his scoring abilities are almost otherworldly. I mean, no one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
They get the rebound. Andrew. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. It's his first trip to the line.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Splashed them one after another. It really was quite a display from the stripe. Guys, I like that this is a part of his game that has really been consistent this year.
And the Heat making a change here. Blair's checked in. And the second free throw, good. The Heat trail by 3. Goodrich kicks to House. He feeds it to Blair. Here's Cherry. Burke covering. Dishes it to Goodrich. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loop shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Goodrich. The Pistons leading. Now here's Burke. The 11-footer, and the jumper is good. Burke's got his first 2 points. The Heat have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Here's Everett. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
And that's 2 fouls for him very early in this ball game. He'll probably have to spend some time on the bench before halftime.
Blunt, he's checked in for Miami. There's the screen. Over in the corner, Douglas. Drops in the layup for 2. And the Pistons lead by 3. Heat have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Blair with it. Here's Cherry. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. The Pistons shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
The Heat making a switch here. Jeffries is checked in. And he makes both free throws. There's 1:54 left in the first quarter. The pass to Blunt. He kicks to Blair. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Good. Douglas has got his second bucket of the night. Here is Jeffries, right now averaging about 5 points a game. Kicks it to Blair. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Here's Cherry. Detroit with the rebound. This game against Miami here, their first look at the Heat.
And they didn't have much of a problem with these guys last season, and quite frankly, you wouldn't expect them to.
Yeah, you know, these are two teams clearly on opposite ends of the continuum in this conference. I mean, this is a team they rightly feel they can beat every time they take the court with them.
Here is Jeffries. Burke covering. To the inside. And he uses the glass on the layup.
That kind of power move has become a trademark of his.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Taft. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. And the Pistons lead by 2. The Heat have gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. Here's Cherry. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
The Heat have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
And he's good on the second. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Pistons on top, up by 1. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
They've won the effort battle, and that's allowed them to control the backcourt.
And it's been gang rebounding. I mean, everybody has done a great job boxing out for them, and it's showing up on the stat sheet.
Miami with the ball. They trail by 1. They can look forward to the Rockets Arena after this matchup to take on Houston. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. And it's Hines in at the point. That's the group for Detroit right now. Shot clock at 6. Outside Murphy. Shot is off. And Detroit the other way now. Feeds it to Henry. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. Heat shooting at 50% in a decent groove. And here's Murphy. 20 points for him last game against Toronto. to the paint, deflects the pass. Now Henry. That's tipped. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Now here is Murphy. Defense is right there, and he's still waiting to make his first shot for the night. Now 0 of 4. Henry dishes to Carter. Off target with his 3. Miami trailing. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Here's Tyner. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. This is his first trip to the line tonight. That one is off. White, he's checked in for the Pistons. And he ends up missing both free throws. And it's Detroit's ball. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. And that one's good, Henry.
What are they thinking, leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
Now here's Goodrich. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. And the shot is good. Samuel's got 5.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the 3, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
Carter with the bucket.
Good ball movement. You put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
The Heat trail by 4. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense. The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Blunt, he's checked in for Miami. The Pistons shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. The Heat trail by 5. Now here is Murphy. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Outside, White. The shot. But they recover it. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. Pass to Blunt. He dishes it to Goodrich. Now here is Murphy. Defense right on him. Got a hand on it.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
The Heat trail by 7. The feed now to Samuels. Murphy against White. Here's the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Passes it to Blunt. Miami needs to get a shot off. Samuels can't get it to go. Pistons leading by 7. And there's the pass to Hines. Shot from the wing, and there's another one for the Pistons.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve. And look, rightfully disappointed with how they played here over the course of this run.
Yeah, you know, they haven't looked good at all here lately. Something has to change for him, and we'll see what he's got coming out of the timeout.
Catch up with Doris from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team. He told the huddle they need to go hard to the hoop whenever possible to either draw fouls or get high percentage looks right at the 10. He also wants them to concentrate on working as a team at the offensive end. Passing, patience, and teamwork. Those were the messages. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Now, here is Murphy. He's got 6. Misses, and the dry spell continues. Here's Hines. And the lead now. Double digits on that bucket. And now it's an 11-point Piston lead.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety. And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
You know what? No rebounds, no rings, and they've controlled the boards, and that's what's given them control of this game.
Got a hand on it. And here comes one, leading the fast break. They get it back. The Heat trail by 11. Ahead, here's Everett. No good with the layup.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Can't connect from short range.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often. Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Here's Hines, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. The Pistons shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Hines.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Both teams will make substitutions. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Shooting 100% in the quarter. They've made them all, taking full advantage at the line.
I tell you what, nice job making the most of their opportunities.
He got right to the cup using that screen. He has 6.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
So it's Miami now, following the bucket by the Pistons. Pass to Blunt. The dish to Blair. Shoots a 3. And again, Miami with the triple. Here's Burke. Passes it to Hines. Burke with it. Down low. Here is Jeffries. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. The pass to Blunt. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Here is Jeffries after the basket by Detroit. Pass to Cherry, 6 to shoot. Oh, and here's Douglas all alone. Lays it in off the breakaway. And now a 12-point Piston lead.
And really just straight to the basket with a full head of steam.
Well, if you're going to throw it down, make sure you throw it down with force.
Here's Cherry. Oh, that's blocked.
And offensively, they've gotten stuck on the perimeter, falling in love with the jumper.
And maybe shying away from contact a bit too, Greg. I mean, their free throw attempts are also down from the first quarter.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
There's 47 seconds left now here in the second. Pass to Blunt. Here's Blair. Off the mark and a bad shot there. Pistons leading by 14. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Douglas has got 8 points.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Now, here's Blair. He has 5. And again, it's the Heat missing. Uncovered. Can't get it to go. Cherry. Shot misses. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Pistons lead by 16. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. The biggest lead for them during the period was 6. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
They have run their offense straight out of a coach's textbook tonight. Both ball and player movement have been excellent. And the result of all that movement, almost all high-quality shots they're generating. It's pretty to watch. Very good fundamental basketball.
And over to Shaq. What'd you think about Miami?
Barbecue chicken. They were completely overmatched in the low post. I couldn't believe the amount of points they allowed in the paint. Wow, I thought I was out there scoring, playing basketball. They got to switch things up, get some different matchups because they are getting eaten alive. Barbecue chicken.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. The Heat trail by 16, and on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. They've got Blunt. And it's House in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here is Murphy. There's a screen. Just 5 to shoot. Rob. And pushing it up is Detroit, the Pistons, again in transition. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. The Pistons have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
Free throws.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Carter. Carter hits them both. The Heat trail by 18. Stolen away, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. And let's take this moment to check out the point guards with the highest shooting percentage from the last 10 games. Miami's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. To the inside, cuts off the pass. Fast break, here we go. Here's Hines, hammers it home to polish off the break.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers. And that's the kind of move that will always pay off, even against tight defense like he was facing on that possession.
To the left side wing. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Dishes it to Carter. Passes to Andrew. From 12 feet out. No good. And it's Miami the other way. Out to the wing. Here's Samuels. Sinks that one from the post. Samuels got 9.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game. And that's really the change in our game. It's the overall athletic ability. I love those point guards that can throw it down.
Well, you've talked about that. That's a dose of the modern NBA, Greg. That kind of aerial ability isn't limited now to just the front court anymore.
That's exactly right.
You know, I look at it this way, guys. It seems to me there are more high flyers at guard than anywhere else in the league these days. They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple. Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, Kevin, head coach of the Pistons had some words for his team over the break. He went over the offensive plan and that it hinges on running through Carter. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Now, here is Murphy. He's got 6. He feeds it to House. Kicks to Samuels. 5 to shoot. The dish now to House. Shoots it up. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Kevin, let's check out how Miami stacked up in the league stats over the last month. 6th in blocks, 7th in second chance points. And as far as fewest turnovers per game, not a strong suit. They've struggled here. Top 20 in the league. Those numbers can get you beat.
And going back to their block shots, they're fearless, challenging shooters and contesting everything. You end up on a few posters, but I love that willingness to take a stand defensively.
And it's the Heat with the ball after the basket by Detroit. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You look at Detroit, and not a surprise really to see them sitting there in that #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And of course the Heat, 9.5 games behind.
And right now for the Pistons, as talented a team as they are, has performed at a very high level this season. Everything's gone according to plan up to this point.
And they're not a team that other teams look forward to facing. They're only going to get scarier the deeper into the season we get.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That free throw missing. Goodrich, he's checked in for Blunt. He hits the second from the line. Pistons leading by 21. Carter with a screen on Murphy. White drives in, and play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Yeah, not afraid of the physical play, but he still needs to stay under control.
Yeah, he obviously was not under control right there. Not much doubt he was going to get whistled for the over the back call.
The Heat trail by 21. And here's Murphy. He's got 6. Stolen. Now Henry. He kicks to White. Six to shoot. It's deflected, and it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession. Just 2 to shoot. Carter, and he nails the jumper. Carter's got 6 points in the quarter.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
Now here's Goodrich. Feeds it to Samuels. Here's House. Again, the miss by the Heat.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Now, here is Murphy. He's guarded closely. Samuels inside. It's deflected. And now the Pistons fast break. And that one's good, Henry. Henry's got 5. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Pistons?
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
With this break in the action, we can see the top passing teams in the league, courtesy of the 2K leaderboard. The Pistons, number 1.
The beauty of watching this team is seeing the ball move around the court. It doesn't stick. That's why they're at the top of that list.
The Pistons making a change here. Douglas is checked in. So here's Murphy. He's got 6. Here's the screen. Clock at 6. He dishes it to Goodrich. That's tipped. Douglas kicks to Carter. Simpson, the pass to Douglas. Takes it from 10. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
The Heat making a switch here. Jeffries is checked in. The Pistons have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. And there's the pass to Cherry. Here is Jeffries. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Cherry passes to Goodrich. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
The Pistons on offense. They're on a 17-7 run. There's a screen. That's a 2 from Douglas, and they're able to recover. They get it back, and that one's good. He's got 8.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor with their offense in the paint because that has not been up to par.
Now here's Goodrich. Here's Cherry. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. This is his second trip to the line in this one. First one falls for him. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The Pistons have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. Now here's Burke. To the middle, up off the screen.
Wow, this game just a commanding performance for Carter. He's got 13 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
The Pistons have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. And he makes the first. And the Heat making a change here. Blair's checked in. Carter hits them both.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, as cool as can be, Clark. Great focus and efficiency. That's how they built this lead.
That's good. He's got 10.
That's as good as it gets right there. Beautiful reverse layup in traffic.
Burke with it. Jeffries there. And good on the basket. Hook it.
All of the scoring in tight is coming at that end of the court.
You know, they found the holes in the defense and really doing a great job of exploiting them.
Miami with the ball. We've got 1:48 left in the third quarter of the game.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
Now the feed to Burke. Here's Taft. Blunt, he's checked in for the Heat.
Ronald Blunt.
We've got 1:23 left here in the third quarter. Here is Jeffries. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. They set the pick. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Blunt. Here's Cherry, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Looking at the Pistons, Kevin, let's see how they performed over the last month in the NBA league rankings. First in scoring, first in rebounding, and they're also #1 distributing the basketball. This is a team that knows how to find the open man and convert those opportunities.
And you go back to their offense, the most explosive in the league. I mean, everyone talks about the great offense beating great defenses, and I tell you what, they make it difficult to hang with them.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
And when it comes to size, it's not a one-on-one matchup that favors him.
Well, you wouldn't know it with that finish, I'll tell you. I mean, that took a little bit of creativity right there.
The Heat shooting around 40% from the floor here. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Off the pick. Detroit with the rebound.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Jeffries. No good trying to beat the buzzer. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The Pistons on top, running away with it. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And the Pistons with possession. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Pass to Burke. Tries from 7. Jeffries with the rebound.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the court for the Heat, we've got Goodrich, and it's Blair in at the small forward position. Good on the three-point shot. Blair's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Heat. Wide of screen, passes it to Burke. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
And Blair kicks to Jeffries. House dishes to Goodrich. Jeffries the pass to House. Just 5 on the clock. Heat moving the ball around. Kept alive. Misses from close range.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Now, here's Blair. Burke covering. Jeffries kicks to Blair. White the pass to Jeffries. Goodrich dishes to Jeffries. Fires from deep, and Blair gets it to go. Blair's got 6 in the quarter.
And when he's got that much of a height advantage on the perimeter, it's really tough on the defender. Easy three-pointer.
Dishes to White. And it's Miami with the rebound. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Jeffries. No one near him. And it's Goodrich missing. Pistons have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Burke with it. Fires top of the key. Detroit, no good that time either.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor. No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
The free throw off from Goodrich. Pistons leading by 23. Outside White. A beautiful reverse layup.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Heat have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Here's Murphy. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Here's White. Here's Taft. And another 3 for Detroit.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Kicks it to Goodrich. White drives in. Good.
White.
Detroit's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Here's Taft. Off target from outside. For Miami, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Blair. And again, Miami with the triple.
He is raining threes here tonight, and he is going to continue to stay aggressive.
As he should. I mean, when you're having the kind of day he's having from long range, you're doing your team a disservice if you aren't shot hungry.
Back to White. And stolen by White. One-on-one fast break. And it's Goodrich missing. Pistons leading by 21. Murphy against White. There's the pick. 5 on the clock. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
Goodrich kicks to White. He feeds it to Murphy. Blair, the screen. Here's Goodrich. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
So Detroit ends up going with the new group. Out of bounds, Miami takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
The Heat trail by 19.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Pistons on defense. They set the pick. Murphy on top. And the layup's good off the glass.
You know, there's no fear out of him, guys. I mean, going straight to the hoop against a much bigger defender, he's got a lot of heart.
And he gets it to go. And the Pistons lead by 19.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Now the dish to House. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Detroit. House. 2 shots.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Pistons leading by 18. Here's Carter. That one rolling around and rims out. On offense, here are the Heat. They're on a 17-7 run. And here's Murphy. He kicks to Samuels. 4 on the shot clock. And again, it's the Heat missing.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Here's Hines. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
House, the pass to Murphy. Here is House. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
At the line for the Pistons, Tyner. At the line for 2.
That one is off. And he's good on the second. Pistons leading by 19. Hines. He's guarded by Murphy. Good.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Timeout call for the Heat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the paddles. Let's give it up for New Auto Motion.
They set the pick. Inside. It's picked off. .151 left here in the fourth quarter. Hines. He's guarded by Murphy. Here's Hines. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line.
That's his second personal foul. Hines. Shooting. Free throws.
right now. Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. So it's both teams making substitutions here. He's perfect from the line this time. There's 1:40 left to play in the final quarter. Feeds to Blair. Here is Jeffries. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. 6 to shoot. Out left to the wing. Tries a 3. Can't hit. And Detroit the other way now.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Pistons.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And, guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And it will be a fight, Greg. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra added meaning for the player.
And Detroit has possession after the Heat pick up 2. Here's Taft, and there's another one for the Pistons.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here is Jeffries. Here's Tyner. That one wide left. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans, too, Kevin, gave their team a tremendous lift. I mean, they never gave up on them. From the opening tip until the end of the game, they were in it. And that certainly helped this crew get to the W.
And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. Now we send you to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's standing by in our studio.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thanks, Kevin, and let's take a look now as we give the nod to our Jordan Player of the Game.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
There's no doubt about it. This guy is a leader. He was in attack mode all night, calling for it and delivering in some big, big plays and baskets. His point total shows everything that I'm talking about. The defense was like, what am I going to do? And he was like, nothing, because I'm toying with you.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports Group, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.